It's Week 16 of the National Football League. And up next is this team's sure-handed tight end. He's going to be a busy man in the passing game. Buckle up. There's football coming your way. And it's coming
Well, the
up
Skies
next.
certainly aren't cooperating, Bronk, but for a lot of those guys on the fields, this is perfect football weather. As we welcome you to another presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. All right, football fans, settle in because we got bragging rights on the line in this one. Kate, Scott, Brock Heward here with you as we get set for a division rematch, Brock. One side seeking the sweep, and the other looking for some revenge after how that first showdown went.
What do they say about familiarity? Familiarity does what?
It breeds something, Brock. It breeds, contempt.
It breeds contempt.
Yeah.
These teams don't like each other. They can fake it. They can say all the right things in the papers. They don't.
Well, this weather is not cooperating as we're set to go. And here we go. 4 quarters of football headed your way. Now bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. So here comes their offense for its opening drive. And we'll get a look at a man who's been around the block quite a few times now in the NFL.
A win is a win for him, whether he goes for 400 yards and 5 touchdowns, Kate, or maybe he just finds the end zone once like last week. And being the team-first guy he is, he'd be more than happy to end the game with just 1 touchdown pass, or maybe even no touchdown passes, so long as they get the win in the end.
Dumped off to his running back. And he's going to go out of bounds. Looks a little short of the 35.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
2nd and 6 now. Has him on the quick hitter. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And it'll give him a first down. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And they'll surrender just a lone yard. That brings up 2nd down. And following the play, we've got a break in the action as the trainers head out. They had a man hurt on the play, and hopefully this doesn't affect his availability for the playoffs. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. He's going to throw this one. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that'll be a first down. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. We get a look at his rushing numbers from last week here, what he was able to do in support of that win. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Throwing with a blitz on the way. That throw behind his intended target. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. So they're left facing 3rd and long. They'll motion him out of the backfield. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
Kate, I've seen a 1-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth, but a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
They're out now, ready to punt it. And this will bring a drive that had some promise to a disappointing end. He punted 4 times last week in the win, and his first of this week is away. So here's their offense, taking over for the first time here. And it's going to be the man under center who brings him out, now in his 9th NFL season.
Kate, he's had some time to work past their last game, and he needed every second of it. A 4-interception game isn't easy for anybody to move on from, even for the shortest of memories. He's got to get his head right this week. This team needs him to deliver.
Throwing from the gun here. And his first pass falls incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
It's a gain of 12 there. And it sets up first down.
We know how hard explosive plays can be in the NFL, and so often they come via the air. What a great help for the offense to find an explosive play on the ground. Well done.
And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete. Well, no luck on his first look of the game. And now they face second down. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
They go play action on first. He throws a bullet to this. That's grabbed inside the 30. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
They've set themselves up well for an opening drive touchdown here, Brock. It's first and goal. Working inside the red zone. This throw is caught. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. Still chances to get these final 4 yards. It's second and goal. Pass play coming here. Escapes the pocket. And they take this in for the score. These guys have a great first drive and get the game's first points. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
Following the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition has in store. That's going to be taken in at the 8. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The visitors and their running back about to get back to work. And you know who the ball is going to when they reach the red zone. He's currently top 5 across the NFL in rushing scores this season. They kick the running back in motion. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be second down. They'll try and throw it here. Finds him over the middle. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. A new set of downs awaits him. Here's first and 10. Looking to the air here. It's incomplete. Risky throw to the sideline. They're lucky that defender didn't keep on going down the sideline there. It's going to be second down. Handoff now out of the gun. And this one does not go far. Well, after that play, training staff is headed out. That's one of their top guys who's shaken up. And they're going to need him back for the upcoming postseason. Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9. Motioning left is their running back. Complete beyond the marker. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play. Pass play on 1st and 10. Throws off the rip, but it's incomplete.
I think we're starting to get a feel, aren't we, of why they like him so much in coverage. He reacts well to throws, is super adept at breaking up passes through contact, or like that one before they could ever reach the target.
Short pass brought in. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Running back sent in motion. From the gun on 3rd down. Hits his running back. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
He completes it in traffic. And this one stopped at the 3-yard line.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like...
And in for the touchdown! So the offense showing a slightly different dimension there, Brock. Getting the running back involved with his hands for the touchdown.
Yeah, such an advantage. I think when you think about it, Kate, it really is about the 80s where we start to see these running backs not just tote the ball as runners, but be real weapons when they get the ball in the passing game.
Yeah.
That's well done.
Now they'll try to knock the extra point through. Bad weather doesn't affect that extra point. It's good. And these guys tie this game 7-7. They put a touchdown on the board, and now they'll send it away. Fielded at the 7. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. And Brock, we got a pretty good idea how a lot of the playoff picture is going to shake out, but still some time left for things to change near the end of the season. They'll run here on 1st down. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Now, don't think for a second they're going to slow down the tempo. Defense on their heels. And right now is the best chance to go push that envelope and get aggressive.
Shotgun snap. They're going to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do, getting home with that sack.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Another try following the sack. Hits him on the out route. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line. Defense looking to defend the marker on 3rd down. He's dropping back to throw. Dump off caught by his back. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line.
I'm a big fan of the screen pass. Really, you can run a screen as they just showed on any play. 1st, 2nd, 3rd down, sometimes even 4th. But it takes great acumen, a great football IQ defensively to have an awareness it's coming, and then more importantly, to stop it.
And he's just going to fair catch that one at the 24-yard line. No return on that punt. And they're going to take over possession. The visitors are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. Good rip on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 2. From the 34. Underneath it goes. Catch made by the running back. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down. They kick the running back in motion. To the air now on 1st and 10. He misfired on that one. It's behind his man. Looking for the back that time. And it's going to be second down. Here's a throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Throwing now, off play action. No place to go, so he just threw it away.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on third down? We chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. No return on this one. It's going to make it out of bounds and across the 25, spotted at the 24. A quarter down, 3 more to go for these NFC West opponents. Both teams neck and neck so far. More from this one right after this. All right, it's about time to get started with quarter number 2. Home offense out, ready to go. They'll have it here after forcing that punt to end the first. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets them 3.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Here he is on 3rd and long. They bring the pressure. Down he goes. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Well, partner, that was a coverage sack in just about every way imaginable. Offense spreads it out. Get everybody out into the routes, but the defense, they just would not relent. Even as he bailed from the pocket, trying to create lanes, they wouldn't give him any and get the huge sack, too.
They'll send out the punting unit. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. And he drives this into the pouring rain. Fair catch called for and made a little shy of midfield. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And they're going to take over with some excellent field position. Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Here's a give up the middle. And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9. They're throwing it. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. He does it. Touchdown! So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Lining up now to try the extra point. Extra point sent in through the rain. And his guys break that tie and now lead by 7. Now after the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition can do. Here's a return from the 7. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. This offense ready to get going again now. They've got a chance to tie this up here as they trail 14-7. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he's gonna throw. He's on the move. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
I'm not sure that deficit's going anywhere anytime soon. If anything, this is a defense that sees their offense creating not a ton of separation on the board, knowing they've got to shoulder the load. And sacks like that go a long ways towards doing it.
They really need some chunk yardage here on second down. Trying again, following the sack. Gets it to him on the screen.
We've heard it said, and I believe it to my core, football is the ultimate team sport. And a well-run screen like that is the ultimate team play because it takes all 11 doing their job.
Throwing on third down. That throw's knocked away and incomplete. Fourth down coming up.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
Fourth down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And a sure-handed play there in the rain. He brings in the fair catch without a problem. We don't get a return out of that punt. And it'll be their football. They're set up at the 35 now. Simple dive up the middle. He cuts it right. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
Anytime you go over half the field in one play, totally changes the complexion of the drive. They're now set up beautifully in enemy territory to end the series with some type of points.
Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Cut out left. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. And the third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces third down. Back to throw. This one's caught. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play. A nice gain of 8 there, and it brings them to first and goal.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line. It's second and goal. Pass play now. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown! When you reach the status that he has around the league, Brock, well, we all at this point expect him to be making plays like this when he's targeted down near the end zone.
Yeah, I think the best thing I can say about this dude is he makes it look easy a lot of the time. And this game, trust me, is never easy. It speaks to how well he plays this position.
Kicking team on to try the PAT. Got a good plant in the rain there. The extra point flies through. And these guys double their lead to 14. And after they reach the end zone, they'll kick it off and turn things over to the defense. Fielded at the 7. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. Their offense ready to take the field now. And this certainly isn't the rut they want to be in, Brock. All of their drives have been ending in punts as of late. Here's a handoff up the gut. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Hey, these are the type of games he's counted on to get when they're available. Unfortunately, we had tremendous vision to see the seam and get through it before that window could close.
First down, and they go right back to him. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. The rookie from Miami, they're on the stop. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Back-to-back carries here. And he's held up short of midfield after a small gain. They pick up one on the run. Need more, though. That takes him to 3rd and 5. Throwing from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
On now comes their punter. And he'll try to hit this one well. And he drives this one into the pouring rain. Fair catch made here at the 30. So no return on that punt. And they'll get ready to go on offense. The visitors and this running back headed back out for a new series. 1st and 10 now from the 30. And get that big old marker out. Cross a major number off his roadmap after that last drive. He's reached one of the marks that every back strives to hit at some point during the season. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next. Back to the well again. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
Kate, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
They give it to him again. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. A 1-yard gain on the play. And that gives them the 1st. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. Changing things up, they're going to throw now. Dumped off to his running back. And he's brought down after a short gain.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Throwing now from the gun. And he won't get it there. Defender finds a throw and breaks it up.
That's a nice job there by the linebacker. He kind of looks like a cornerback on that, doesn't he? Perhaps those cover guys are going to have a little fun with him in practice this week because he looked like a DB right there, swatting the incompletion.
Fits it through the middle. And they bring him down around the 34. They manage 22 on the rip and a 1st down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. He'll throw it yet again. He keeps those feet in and makes the catch.
Kid, I promise you, if you and I got to travel the country and watch young quarterbacks, even really good high school quarterbacks, out routes are the hardest to complete. Slants, goes, fades, all that stuff comes somewhat naturally, but really...
Got him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out. Ooh, and they are lucky to get this one back on the recovery. So near disaster a moment ago, but the drive's still in trouble if they can't convert on 3rd. Running back sent in motion. He has the 1st over the middle. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12. Timeout taken by the offense, their 2nd. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
Every time I see one of those angle routes, I think back to my day 1 install. Rookie minicamp in the NFL. Texas, angle route. 49ers of the 80s, they were making hay with it then, and the running back's still doing it to this day. Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. He'll look to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop.
As quarterback, when you have an out route versus man coverage, you're just hoping and just praying your offensive guy could turn the hips of that defender. And once you see that, you got to cut it loose and let it go, just as they did right there.
They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. Now they send their back in motion right. To the air, 3rd and long. This throw is caught. And he's going to be just inside the 10 before he goes out. It's a 6-yard gain. That sets up 1st and goal. They are throwing it again. And he rips this one out and over the back of the end zone. Incomplete.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one, Kate. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back on track.
Still sticking with the passing game. And he rips this one out and over the back of the end zone. Incomplete.
QBs, well, they're a lot like the great shooters in the NBA. Hey, listen, sometimes you're going to miss. You just got to shake it off and keep shooting away.
And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that makes this a 3-score game.
In that close, kicks have to be automatic. That won't stop the head coach, though, from holding his breath for a couple seconds until he sees it's up and good.
From a couple of yards deep, this is going to come out. He's hauled down on what is the final play of our first half. So we're at halftime of a lopsided contest thus far. One team with a whole lot of adjustments to make during the break. Now we're on to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman ready to bring us the EA. No need for halftime. We'll just keep it right here and get started with the 3rd quarter. The story is halfway told. Let's see what the back half has in store as we get started in the 3rd quarter. He fields it from the 8. He's stopped on the return at the 27. The offense headed back to the field. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And, man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. And he won't get anything there. Several defenders nearby to hold him up. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. They'll throw it. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete.
Oh, that drop is such a bummer because it ruins the payoff of such a well-designed play, Kate. Got the man open, beat the coverage, but then you got to go finish it. You got to go make that catch. I will say, keep that one in mind. They could revisit that play in the future.
This one intended for the running back. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long.
So many coaches love 3rd downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know got to execute and convert on these 3rd downs.
And he hauls it in right near the 40-yard line. New series coming up following the punt. And it's going to be their football coming up. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Right up the gut. And that carry only nets one on the plunge up the gut.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
Short pass brought in. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. So now here's 3rd and 5. He'll throw it. Tight end reels in the shallow throw. And he's able to cross midfield before going out.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL, everybody on the field's thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that third down?
That hits at the 9, but nobody around to grab it. It carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The home teams returning their offense and this running back to the field. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
You know, one thing I noticed, Kate, coaching youth football, everybody wants their kid to play quarterback. That is, until they get knocked to the mat. And that's now 5 sacks in this game, let alone the number of times the quarterback's been flushed as well. Not everybody is built to play quarterback.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. The give now out of the shotgun. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Throw on 3rd down. He puts everything behind this one. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete. Great defensive effort to reject that one. And that brings up 4th and long. Punt team on the field. And this is the 5th time he's been called upon today. And he'll haul in this punt. Fair catch made at the 45-yard line. Their offense running back out now. And taking a look at these highlights, Brock, just a reminder of the type of game that they have had throwing the football. It really has been the key to their success.
Yeah, they've just not only stayed on schedule here, Kate. Man, they've made some music, right? Great rhythm. Yeah. Not just ahead of schedule, but huge plays that followed. We've seen a lot of different looks and wrinkles throughout this performance, and it's been a joy to watch.
Complete over the middle. And he'll be brought down a step or 2 shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. 2nd down now, 7 to go. Here's the long back on the handoff. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Give him about 3 yards, and now they're going to have 3rd and 5 to figure out. Running back, motioning right. Shotgun now on 3rd down. Sideline throw is incomplete. Should have been intercepted in all reality. Instead, 4th down coming up.
Hey, Kate, you feeling lucky? Well, the quarterback is, because he just dodged a major turnover. That was an easy pick that was simply dropped.
And they were giving him no chance to return this one. It soars over the sideline deep in enemy territory. Looks like right around the 8. The home teams back out on offense. They're running back headed out once again. They're running out of time to get this game into a more manageable spot, Brock. We've got a 3-score deficit, and we're in quarter number 3. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he cannot shake the tackler along the line of scrimmage. Looking at a tough spot to punt it away if this 3rd down is unsuccessful. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. That's a catch. Looks like he's in bounds. Good effort, but still short of the 1st.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And he'll make the fair catch. Didn't make it to the 50. This one just short of midfield. No return on that punt. And they're going to be set up in great position to begin their drive. 1st and 10. Ball set up at the 48. They'll come out throwing. Hauled in left side. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Shotgun snap, they're gonna throw. Looking to his fullback now. And not much doing, he stopped quickly. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Slot man motioned over. From the gun on 3rd down. Oh, tried forcing it to the slants, it's intercepted. And he adds some yards to the pick before they bring him down.
The best defenses, you can go look at it through the decades, are built from the inside out. And that's not just stopping the run on the inside out, that's playing your coverage from the inside out. That time, beautiful job by the defense of taking away the middle of the field, getting that interception, and setting their offense up for success.
The offense getting set to go. Their last drive didn't make it very far before they had to punt it away, partner, so hopefully this one has some better legs to it. Markers reset, ball at the 37. They'll throw on 1st. Completed over the middle. And this one doesn't go far.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at them. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. From midfield now. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
2nd and 10 now. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces 3rd down. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. That one's cut along the left sideline. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
I can guarantee you that's going to be in Tell the Truth Monday right there in the film room, front and center, showing you the importance of tackling in the open field. An opportunity to cut him down sooner, but the broken tackle allowed him to add those extra yards to the catch.
Just need 2 more yards that they couldn't get on that last play. Here's 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. Has the touchdown. These guys make them pay for turning it over. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
That one right down the middle. And his guys cut the lead down to 10. That lead trimmed just a bit, down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. Return starts at the 9. He stopped on the return at the 27. This offense running out for a new series, led by their running back. And his production is carried over into this 2nd half. He keeps on running well, even with the workload they placed upon him. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They motion a receiver left. Look at this, the wideout gets it to start this drive. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Hey, these DNs love to get after the quarterback, but the most well-rounded of them are the guys who can anchor your run defense too. Mission accomplished.
2nd and 12 behind the sticks. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right. No luck finding his receiver that time. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. Back to throw. Finds him over the middle. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Fair catch made a little beyond the 20-yard line. This offense headed out as we get a look at their running back. So a change of possession here on the punt. And that is where they'll start the next drive. 1st and 10, they're going to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
How many times we see these coaches after games sit there at the press conference, they pull out the stat sheet, and when they do, they look for some anomalies. And today, well, this head coach is going to be very proud of a defensive effort getting after the quarterback 6 different times. 6 sacks.
He loses the football. And this is going to be a turnover. The defense forces the big play.
You're using this play to try for a 1st down, but also set up whatever in your back pocket for 3rd down. But you know what? Throw it all away. None of it matters now if you can't hang on to the doggone football. And the defense pounces on that one in a hurry.
This offense getting all set for this series. And unsurprisingly, Brock, a great day on the scoreboard so far for him. Has him with the advantage as we move through this 3rd quarter. While a new offense preps to head out, we've got a stoppage. They want to make sure this is a turnover. All right, so we all know what we're looking for here, Brock. Where did an elbow, maybe a knee, something touch down? And as it does, is the ball loose at that point?
Yeah, throw in forearm, wrist, shin. There's no question the offensive guy's screaming something hit the ground while the defense is hoping it didn't.
Take that fumble away. The officials overturn the call and say he was down. Here he is on 3rd and long. Throw drifted too much, and it's going to wind up incomplete out of bounds.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or 2, and 3rd downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
Fair catch is made a yard or 2 short of midfield. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And they're going to take over possession. Here comes their offense out again. They didn't add to their lead last time out. They punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. To throw here on 1st down. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down. Setting up a throw. He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. All right, set now, 1st and 10. They're going play action. He goes back to him yet again, complete. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. We're through 3 on this holiday weekend. This one not out of reach quite yet, but it is a 2-score game to begin the 4th. And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. One of the tight ends motioning left. They go play action on 1st. Cut out left. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And it'll give him a 1st down.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
On 1st down, they'll run. And he made a bid for it. It's a good gain that's stopped down at the 3. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1. Another carry for him. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Here we go, third and less than a yard. Now looking to throw. The back's got it. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. That one's incomplete in the end zone. Thought he had a touchdown there. It's second and goal. Back to throw now. Chased out to his right. And the ground game works for the touchdown. These guys can put this out of reach as they make it a 16-point lead. Just a great effort there from him, Brock, to take it upon himself, embrace the initiative, and turn that drive into 6.
You know, Kate, there was a day when you were watching Steve Young or Randall Cunningham, and that felt like a bonus touchdown. But that's not today. It feels like every quarterback's got to be able to score, be a dual threat on the ground. It's part of an offense every single team relies upon.
That one splits the uprights. And these guys take a 3-possession lead. Following the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition has in store. Returning it from the 4. He stopped on the return at the 27. Now outruns their offense to take over. And all game, they have struggled to attack this deficit. Maybe they can do a little window dressing here. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Looking for a throw here. A dangerous throw, and he almost got burned by it. The interception dropped and incomplete on 1st down. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. All right, we'll take a brief timeout here for an injured player. Never something you want to see this late in the season. They're going to check him out. 3rd and just 2 to go. Dropping back to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about.
And all their pressure gets it done. That's a sack on 4th down as they force the turnover.
Well, this one never had a chance. Between the pressure right there in his face and the coverage downfield, quarterback still should have at least thrown it up there and given somebody an opportunity to make a play.
This offense making its way back out now. Even though they've got a 3-score lead, still a lot of time left, so they're going to try to grow it even further. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They kick the running back in motion. Throwing from the gun. Short pass brought in. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that'll give them a 1st down. Working inside the red zone. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Just a tremendous effort from the defense there. A sense of urgency on 1st down in the red zone. Got to find a way to knock this offense backwards, and the defense just did.
And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This offense may want to try and disguise their run a little bit. I don't know if it's the O-lineman's stance. I don't know if it's a cadence. I don't know what it is, but after 2 straight plays going backwards, this defense is all over them.
So not an enviable spot here as they come up on 3rd and very long. He's going to throw this one. It's tipped away and it's going to hit the ground incomplete. Defender winning that rep. That brings up 4th down.
Not an open passing lane to be found anywhere. He took what he thought was the best one available, and they still managed to tip the ball away.
And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. And that extends the lead to 20.
Yet another shot across the bow of a ship that's already sinking here, Kate. He could have made that field goal. Heck, he could have turned around and kicked it directly at his coach because it feels like they've got this one in hand.
That's going to be taken in at the 8. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Another drive coming up for this offense. And the last time we saw him, Brock, they took a risk, went for it on their own half of the field, but it didn't work out. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Finds him on the slant. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. 2nd and 3 now. From the 36. Brought in right side. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Escapes the pocket. Now he takes it. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line.
He made something out of that play for them. Everyone's so concerned with defending the pass, they didn't quite keep tabs on what he was doing as a QB, and it gave him just enough room to run.
Here's 2nd and 5. Setting up the screen. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. A 9-yard gain and good for a 1st down. Pass play coming here. It is cut left side. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. All set up now for 1st and 10. They'll try and throw it here. That one's complete over the middle. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line. Call it 4 yards, and they're set up with a manageable 3rd and 2. Looking to the air here. That's caught for the 1st. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. That one goes for 15, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. From the red zone now. No luck on the connection. It's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. So now it'll be 2nd and goal. There's a give, left side. And he's able to get back to the line, but that is all. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. 3rd and long for him here. Ooh, that looked like a pick for a second, but it hits the end zone grass. They are very fortunate to get this one back, but now they've got 4th down. Back to throw, needs the end zone. And on 4th down, that one won't work. It's incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Hey, I am all for aggression. You get 4 downs, go for it. But I do have to wonder here, Kate, after being denied once again, is there going to be a trust level on that sidelines to go for it the next time they get this shot?
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Trying the right side. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6. Plowing up the middle. And this run doesn't have the juice of that last one. He's stopped at the line. No gain on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 7. We've reached the 2-minute warning. These guys very close to an 11th win this season. Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. They'll try and pick this up on the ground. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. 4 yards to pick up that time, partner. They're set up closer. 4th and goal upcoming.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign, well, they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
So out now comes the punter. And he's going to have to hit this one from the edge of his own end zone. And he sends this away. Definitely his best kick of the game thus far. Fair catch called for and made. Looks like that's at the 36-yard line. We don't get a return out of that punt. And it'll be their football. Now this offense getting set to work here. And this a final opportunity to make things a little closer in that final score. Hauled in left side. And he's tackled for a short gain. From the 40 on 2nd down. That's knocked away by a defender, incomplete. Clean breakup on that throw. And that means 3rd down coming up. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. That sails over his target, incomplete, and now it's 4th down.
It is such a weapon offensively when you've got a big tight end that can stretch the field vertically. Not a lot of DBs have the size to cover him. They tried to get it to him in that spot where he could win it, but unfortunately, no connection to be made.
Buys time, rolling right. And this one does not go far. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Hey, I get it, it's already over, but go down swinging. Unfortunately, that play, like so many of them today, Kate, has been pretty indicative of how this contest has gone.
Back out runs their offense. They're looking to just hang on to the ball through the finish. Defense has all of its timeouts, but with this game out of reach, a good chance they just let it run. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Here's the handoff. And he has enough room to gain about 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a 1st down.
They'll run now on 2nd down. And they'll stop him after a minimal gain, down to about the 36. So hard work rewarded as they take a well-earned win in this one. And they take not just a victory, but some serious year-long bragging rights home with them after this one, as they finish off the sweep of their division rivals. And with Brock Heward and our EA Sports crew, I'm Kate Scott saying so long from this one. A nice showing here from our winners as we say goodnight, everybody.